Today we're working on a Sandpoint well. Sandpoint wells are kind of the pariah of the well business, at least around here anyways. I think it's because they have this DIY connotation to them. Basically, instead of drilling a Sandpoint well, we actually pound it in. There's this big stake. I'll have to show you guys sometimes, but there's a big stake with a screen in it. You put that on 1.25" pipe or 2-inch pipe, whatever you want to do. This one's 1.25", and you pound it down. Typically with a jackhammer, you can just beat it into submission with a post hole pounder or a sledgehammer, but you don't want to bend it, so the sledgehammer is kind of an iffy deal. But anyway, I went to the job site. I started, taking everything apart. Then I decided, hey, I'm going to build this in the shop. The place is a cabin. It's a basement, and it's kind of dungeony, and I'd just as soon do this in the shop. Eventually, I'd like to have actual staging tables in the shop that I can really kind of build all this stuff in advance and bring it out there. It just makes it easier, and it's more comfortable and all that. So anyways, if we have a customer that has a bad Sandpoint well, generally we will just replace the tank, the pump, and the pipe fittings just to know that that's all done. I have a particular way I like the piping so that I can get a good prime on it. And then, it's always like, well, is the pump a variable that we have an issue with? In this case, on this job, there was just a little tank. He had like we call them like beach ball tanks. They're like 5-gallon units. So, if someone calls us for a Sandpoint, we usually just say, hey, there's a package deal. We can replace this stuff for you and we'll get it up and running and life is good. Then we can warranty the product for like 10 years or something. The one caveat to that is if the Sandpoint itself gets plugged up or something, then it's a far bigger mess. But anyways, when you saw me wiring that thing up in the shop a second ago, putting that cord on it, an appliance cord, all of those pumps generally come wired as 240 volt, but you can switch them to 120. Sometimes people forget about that. It's in the manual. It's not hard to do, but you do want to do it. You don't want to run it on a 240 setup on 120. So 120 is generally what people are using these with though. So the video for tomorrow, I think, will show how I actually prime the unit and then talk a little bit more about it. This is just kind of the assembly process that you're watching right now. But I know people have an interest in how that process goes. So, and I redid some of the plumbing piping here. You'll see he's got kind of this half galvanized, half copper manifold that was just sort of hanging on its own weight, so I secured that for him and everything. That's that guy there. If you have a Sandpoint well or you've worked on Sandpoint wells, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear if you have issues with them or anything like that. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, and have a great day.
See that?